All right, Barlow Brigade, welcome back to the international headquarters for everything Barlow. Hope y'all had a wonderful weekend, man. It's been things have been a hopping here. Nothing bad. Everything's good. I'm just as happy as a gopher in soft dirt. So, what we got today? Well, y'all know it's Monday, so we got the old AW custom design sticker down. I can't find my big one. I got a larger decal from brother A-Dub. I can't find it, and I know it's here. I mean, all this packing and all. I use this table for about 5 different things, so it might have got stuck in a box and sent to somebody in Indiana. Heck, I don't know. But anyway, all right. Let's. I got a lot to get over. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 6 knives here that I did modifications on, or restorations, or got some information I want to share with y'all about. So we're going to get right into it. First of all, eye candy. Right here on the old Deep South cutlery anvil, we got the old brown bone stag trapper. Just a beautiful knife. This will come back in a minute. We'll talk a little bit more about this. Nothing bad, just something something you get it when you get something on your mind, on your heart. You gotta watch how things affect you nowadays. And it affected me like 3 or 4 different ways. But well, we'll get into that in a minute. Next, we have our Clark Kentucky Knives decal here, which is where I got this pocket cross from Brother Dwayne, an absolutely fine gentleman, outstanding person. Him and his wife did their giveaway the other night. I think he gave away 5 or 6 packages, and all of them included a Bible and a prayer. A complete list of things to help you understand or be involved or have the Lord in your life. So, Brother Dwayne, you the man, and I feel sure that you prayed first about it. Now, old dude over there, y'all know he keeps me pretty straight. Now, I can't get around too much without dude. He's gonna let me know. He texted my cat Milo and told Milo that he wanted to know why the coffee cup hadn't been making no appearances. So y'all can tell the coffee cup is back on the JS today. It's got the knife doctor on there. I got that sticker at the knife show back in November when he came down and was the guest of Deep South Cutlery, which I have their sticker. Both of these stickers were added to this mug after that event, and it's a Bubba mug in honor of my son, who I call affectionately Bubba. He's Barlow Brigade 2.0, and he's doing knives. He's making knives, y'all. He actually did a carving, and I got to get the carving from him, and I'll probably debut it. He called him Tiki. So y'all take a guess on that. But he was inspired by Brother Moe's carving, the dude carvings. I showed him the Brother Moe's channel and what he does, and he's been on there now, going through there, and it inspired him. Now he picked out the wrong wood, the whole 9 yards. But as a 32-year-old, 33-year-old kid, I'm gonna call him, that's just starting out his carving career, I think he did a pretty damn good job. But the reason we got the coffee cup on here is because, wait for it, there it is, Barlow Brigade stickers. Now, y'all, I have to sit down and write notes to about 35 people. Y'all know that I'm not a total slug. I do things every day, but I'm old. Takes me, I've got to set up a area, with envelopes and thank you cards and stickers and stamps and all that. And once I get all that set up to where I can get in there, I'll get the stickers out. Everybody that's getting a package, I think the next package that goes out is I got one going out to Brother Dwayne, and I have one going out to Mario. I've staggered my giveaway winners, to give each one of them a chance to get their box and review it, and if they want to, do a video about it. And Brother Ted Hart's already dropped one. The young Jedi Jim, should have his in hand this week, or maybe already has. Got it over the weekend. I don't know, and he could be planning a video or not. It doesn't matter. He was a winner. He got a pretty good prize, pretty good knife, and Brother Mario is his box is going to be coming. I'm pretty sure he'll make a video. His knife was just I don't know, it's a modern flipper, but I put sweeteners. Each one of these boxes had sweeteners. So Brother Mario's getting a sweetener, which I'm going to share with y'all here in a minute. It's one of my modifications I did this week. So Brother HT, y'all know Brother HT. He dropped a video this morning and was talking about what you toting. And he said it's kind of morphed into something that his intention was for people to show their knives, what knives they were showing. And I fell right into the trap. I was putting my glucose monitor up there, my cigarette lighter, my purse, my man purse, and I put a little bit of everything up there. But I always shared my knife. Now, and some of I call them flyby videos, where I do I fly over the knives and show you maybe what kind of blankets they're laying in, and then I'll come back through and show you the knives open, and then maybe put some text in there to tell you what they are and things like that. So I fell into the trap. It's and I understand that. So, Brother HT, I'm gonna go over what I carry every day so everybody will know. Okay. First thing is I always have a work knife. Now, since I got this work knife, this is in the Arizona EDC custom slip that he sent to me very early. I have the Moormaker, it's a 3102 work knife. Now, this replaced the Yellow Delrin carbon steel Rough Rider knife that I had. Ain't nothing wrong with that Rough Rider knife. I still got it. I still use it. This one is my constant companion. It's 1095 steel. Y'all see the tuners. Just a beautiful knife. Now, this was a second. Didn't have any blade rub. The only thing that I've been able to find with this knife is it has just a little. Now, I'm talking about, you'd have to have a feeler gauge to measure it, but just a little blade play. Not much, but probably enough, with the standards at Moormaker, or the standards at Bear & Son, to kick this one back. So I was lucky to get this from Brother Billy Ray down at Deep South Cutlery. Next is, y'all know I'm doing a test on this Taylor Eyewitness. Just an absolutely beast. Got that 8-9 pull right into the half stop. Oh, Lord have mercy. I'm going looking through the camera. This thing, if you're not watching what you're doing, this thing will get you. Listen to this. Unbelievable. Got that in the old Stephen Jeff. That's my Barlow slip. Okay. These two things are not going to change for at least a couple months, maybe 3. I've got a few Barlows in since I bought this Eyewitness, but they're not even close. And then last, I always carry some eye candy. Um, I keep some on the anvil. Why? I don't know. It's just an old man. I like to show off a little bit every now and then. So when I pull out something, clean my fingernails, or maybe a young lady has a string or something, that I need to pull out something to show off, then I pull out my Charlie Cook. Look at that bad boy. Tell you what, guys, this man, he got in there. He got in there and got it right. Okay. Got his maker mark on the back. But in the eye candy wallet today, we have the Congressional Intern, part of the Appaloosa Spade Bone series from Rough Rider. Got a little sexy little spear point there. Got your little baby. I call it a Warrenclyffe. It's a gentleman's knife. Okay, this is what I don't know, but I'm saying somebody like Dwayne up at Cross Creek Outdoors. This is what he would probably put in his watch pocket on the way to church. Just saying. I don't know that he would or not. He may carry a Kalashnikov full combat ready bayonet. I don't know. But coming in next, and I have a modern. I always try to keep a modern. And I'm doing this in honor of, that's right, old Cornbread. Old Cornbread entered, he told me that he welcomed me into the Orange Army. Okay? And ever since then, I have been on a quest. I bought an orange Rosecraft blades. I bought an orange marbles knife. I bought an orange, I bought a knife pick orange. Okay? I understand. When you get my age, I don't know how old Cornbread's probably in his late 40s. I don't know. Maybe early 40s. I really don't know. But you get our age and you can't see and you're carrying too many pounds, you need something orange so you can find it. That's the way I am. But this is a knife I bought in a lot of Kershaws that I got off of whatnot. And I haven't found a lot about it, but it's called the Ultim. And it is a folding knife. It's not a flipper. It doesn't have a nail nick. It's basically, when you buy the knife, you basically open it like this. It's just a folder. Okay, it does have a frame lock. It does have a pocket clip. So it's a modern constructed folder. Non-traditional folder. I don't know what you call it. But of course, you know me, I ain't gonna leave nothing long. I've had me an old black thumb stud. I put that on there, get her open. Got that very sexy, I think, reverse Tonto blade. Warrenclyffe, call it, y'all have a discussion, call it what you want. Very sharp. The model number is 7650. And this is a USA made. It's a CPM 154. I'm not no blade snob. I know one thing. The damn thing's hard because I put it on the ceramics and of course now it's blistering. It's now a cardboard killer. But you can almost flip it. Well, I guess if you get in there where you need to, you can. But that thumb stud just makes it one hand opening. I had a black one laying around. It matches the pivot point, so in the hardware. So I think that fits in there pretty good. But that's my knife. I'm not going to show you my lighter. I'm not going to show you my car keys or my flashlight. Brother HT said we need to stick to pocket knives. So that's what we're going to do, pocket knife. All right, now what's next? Oh, man, the other night, Cornbread and A-Dub did a live. Boy, I said, man, it was 3.5 hours long. I sat there captivated for 3.5 hours. But them boys brought the knowledge. They were funny. They're outgoing. If I said what kind of gizmo do you use when you're fixing your spaceship, A-Dub? Well, he'd answer. It didn't matter what I was talking about. If he had an answer, he would give it to you. These people they're forthcoming. Cornbread telling us about scales that he put on his Swiss Army knives and just all kind of stuff. And I'm going to tie that into I don't want to call it an incident. I don't want to call it. I'm not going to rant. I'm not going to rave. I'm not going to call anybody out. But there's a very large YouTuber that him and his son had a live, and I was participating. I'm normally just a silent participant in most of these things, but there was a comment about Rough Riders, and the son decided he was going to get up and break out a Rough Rider and go over. He pointed out the pitch bolsters, the slanted bolsters, or the ridiculous covers that were on the knife that he was showing. But those are all the reasons we like Rough Rider. Okay, and then when he gets through, he closes the knife up, and this is what it sounded like. Okay, he closed the knife up, and it made that sound. Okay, so it had snap, it had walk and talk, it had everything that you need on a knife. Now, is it a 95 case bone handle son of a gun with so many dots and all this? No, it's not. It'll never be. But I can buy 5 or 6 of these for what you pay for one of those older trapper knives. And I can let all that go, man. People have been dogging me about Rough Rider and China made and this and that. They've been dogging me for years. But then he said something about the nail nicks, and bring this in here. This is another Appaloosa bone, but see, it's got two. It's got the long pull nail nick, and it's got the one up front. And his statement was gaudy, ridiculous, and unnecessary. Well, I can see that. If I'm a 20-something-year-old knife collector and not informed, then I may make the same observation. But I'm not. I'm nearly 70, been around knives a long time, and I know why knives have 2 nail nicks. Okay? This is not something I had to imagine. I knew when he made the statement, I knew it. So I'm going to turn this into a teaching moment for all of y'all, because that's what I do. I like to inform. I like to help y'all understand why things happen and why they don't happen. Okay, early on in the production of knives, and I'm talking 1850s, 60s, 70s, 80s, into the early 1900s, they didn't have the process that the processes that make steel what it is today. Today they can tune it in. If they need spring steel to have this much rebound or this much tension or this much that, they can design the steel to do that, and they have the knowledge to do that. But in the early, let's say, we'll just say 1900s, they didn't have that technology. So when a company made a pocket knife back then, sometimes it's very difficult to open. You couldn't open the knife, some of them, because the spring steel was so damn tough. So I went on Blade Forum, and I typed in 2 nail nicks, just so I could show the what I found, or could talk about what I found. And I found the first 4 pocket knives that popped up proved my point. Okay, and I'm going to share those with you, and so you'll know. The reason for two nail nicks was because you couldn't get the damn knife open. Okay, you had to have one on the end of the blade to where you had enough leverage to open the knife. Okay, the first thing they taught, and I got this written down on my tax stuff here, but the first knife they showed was a Shat Morgan toe, elephant toe, from the 20s, 30s, and 40s. The guy didn't And this guy was a top contributor in blade form. He wasn't a weekender. The guy that asked the question about the double nail nicks in blade form was about a Rough Rider. But the guy that answered him was not. This guy was the top shelf guy. Shat Morgan, elephant toe, in which this young man that made the comments about the double nail nicks, he needs to go talk to his grandpa, a respected family, this whole family, the grandfather, the father, the young boy. I watch every drop he makes because he's got it, man. He's got the stuff. I respect him. He's a young kid. He's a young collector. But when you say something in a live forum, you need to understand that it affects a lot of people. It's not just you or your family or whoever. It affects everybody that hears it. So that was the first example. The next example that came up was a 35 to 50 A.G. Russell, a trapper. Okay, had 2 nail nicks. They showed a picture of it. They told why it had the 2 nail nicks, because of the spring tension. Couldn't get it open. And here's the one for you to check out. The number 3 knife that popped up was a GEC. It was a 97-16-19, produced in 2019, and it's a trapper. Okay, and it had 2 nail nicks. Check that one out. Go on, punch it in there, and look up your 97-61-19, and you'll see what I'm talking about. And then the third knife, or fourth knife they showed, was another Shat Morgan, and it was a gunstock Stockman, and the main blade had 2 nail nicks on it because when they made it in the 20s, 30s, and 40s, you couldn't get it open. You know, I mean, you could with a screwdriver or a pair of pliers. But so there's your history lesson today, guys. The reason and after I did the look through blade form, I went onto YouTube and I typed in hashtag 2 nail nicks. Now I didn't go through here and write all these people's names down, but I think the third thing that came up was a guy that visited. He's friends with the 2 designers at Smoky Mountain Knife Works. And he went into the deepest, darkest caverns of Smoky Mountain Knife Works. And they went into a library that is full of books. I'm talking about these big, thick design books that have hand-drawn models of knives that were made back during this time, the 1800s, the early 1900s, and the 30s, 40s, and 50s. And the designers, there's 2 guys, I don't know their name, I can't remember them. They found the 2 nail nick knife models in these books, these volumes. This is information that none of us will ever have access to. And I probably, if I wouldn't have been looking for it, probably wouldn't have found it. But those 2 guys that do the design, they built the knife prototype with 2 nail nicks, and they passed it around. And that's what they do. They'll come up with something, they'll pass it around their group, their discussion group, and unanimously, everybody in this group of far more knowledgeable people than us decided that the 2 nail nicks was a good way to go for the Rough Rider product. So all this is done at pay grades way above ours, okay? Way above any of us. So all of y'all need to understand that if you're on live or you're doing your video and you make a broad statement condemning or chastising somebody for the way they make or build something, you need to know that there's a lot of folks out there that's listening, and it might just be me. So there you go. There's a history lesson for today. Why are we here? Modified Monday, right? All right. Well, and I got one more thing. Brother HT said he was through with the moderns. He bought a Cobra Tech out the side automatic stag handle, beautiful knife. Now I coon fingered one of them down at Deep South Cutler a couple times, and I wanted to put it on my list. It's just my old hands. I'm not sure that I could manipulate it or use it enough to justify the nearly $100 that it would cost to buy it. But y'all know these guys, don't you? You ever heard of them? Okay. Well, Rosecliff Braid, they've been offering this knife for quite a while. It comes in their pretty little red box. Y'all know what, most of y'all know what that means. That means it's a modern. And is it a Barlow? I don't know. Y'all tell me. But here you go. In your color, HT. Castoria. Okay? And it's a flipper. But look at that peanut butter spreader right there. Lord have mercy. Man, that's got a reversible pocket clip, got the G10 handle, got that very pretty rose shield, and it's not a button lock or anything, but it has the lock locks it when it's in the open position. You have to press the button and close it, and it has a very strong detent when you close it. Okay, so it won't come open. You can't press the button and get it to come open. But once you get it in there where it needs to be, okay. But this thing, HT, you know, I mean, our hands are probably very similar. I wear an extra large glove. If I get a rubber glove and I can't put a large on, extra large tight. So, but that's tell you what, and guys, these are $20. Okay, I wanted the orange one because of my boy Cornbread, but the orange one sold out. And as soon as I got in a position to where I could buy one of these, even though it's red and even though it's not orange, I bought it. You got a gray and black, they're sold out. The orange and black is sold out. The red and black is still there for $20. I don't think you could beat it. And not only that, man, they send you a piece of candy. How good is that? Just how good is that? Okay. Modified Monday. First thing we got coming in here, and this is a knife y'all probably going to see again on another channel. What is it? It's an Imperial Sidebuster Junior. Nothing special. It's just, it is what it is, okay? Now, I play with these a lot. I do a lot. I make a mess around with them. Well, this one now has half stops, okay? That's right. Old boy got out there. Now, y'all know I got a new piece of equipment. So, remember that. The new piece of equipment is now called Birdie. Okay? That's a very affectionate name that I've given it because a little bird told me about it. Okay? But look at that. Went in there and reprofiled that point, gave it a little spear point. Got the half stop in there. Got the snap in there. This is fixing to get right back up in the original box. All right, Barlow Brigade. I'm not really sure where we were at, but I got shut off, and I guess this is going to be my first attempt at trying to edit some video. So y'all hang in there with me. The video's probably going to be 30 or it's already 30. Probably it might be 40 minutes long, and this will be the longest video I've ever done. But I may learn something from it, and therefore that could possibly be a good thing. So let's get back where we were at. We were looking at this Thompson Contender Stockman. Now, when I got this in, didn't really know what it was. I mean, if y'all look at it, or most people look at it, that looks like a buck, like a 307 maybe, 303. I mean, it's probably 4 3/4 inches. I mean, it's a good old big one now. HT would be proud of this one. And I reached out to HT because I knew he would probably know, and he did. I sent him pictures. He sprinkled his magic dust on the pictures, and next thing you know, I had a listing, showed me where it was at, what it was, how it worked, and all that. So, but like I say, the spade blade was broken. So I opened it up and I ground that down. I went out, got Birdie, and I ground it down, put a 180 grit on there, ground her down to where she was pretty smooth. And then I went up to 1,000 grit and smoothed her off. So now it's a jack, equal end jack. It's an absolutely, man, this thing is just, it's a snapper. It's got all the quality that you want in a big old good one. All right, that, and then you got the sheep foot blade. All right, so I ain't gonna be scared to carry it. Beautiful rosewood handles. I mean that sun gun is just beautiful, polished up good. I gave it a spa treatment. Well, I ground it and all, because I didn't want to give it a spa treatment until I had all the grit and all where it was going to be, and then I cleaned it up, gave it a spa treatment, a good oil bath, rubbed it. So there you go, the Thompson Contender, big boy. Well, you can look at it beside that 80T and see that this is a 4-inch knife. So you put them, that's a big old good one. All right, next, and when I saw this thing pop up on Whatnot, I couldn't jump on the bid to buy now button fast enough. I've brother A-Dub and brother Chuck and brother H.T. They've kind of put me on the Calamus, whatever you want to call it. I call it Calamus. Anyway, they put me on the bandwagon. I think I got 2 or 3 of the trapper knives, the bullet knives. So I'm on that path with Camillus. Just a great knife company. I bought a couple of gentlemen's knives, but anyway, this Stockman popped up, and I looked at that and I said, well, I know what that is. I was right in the middle of doing research and looking at these knives on eBay and in different places. So when the guy put it up there with $1 and go, well, I bid $1, and I think I ended up getting it for $10 or $12. Get that tang stamp in there because this is relevant, and I'll show you in just a second. But it says USA made, Camillus. I have to make sure I get a thumbs up from Brother Dan. I love me some Brother Dan Edwards, y'all. There's not a finer gentleman on the internet or out there lurking in the comments or whatever you want to call it that he does. But me and him converse pretty regular, and he's from Atlanta, Georgia, and I've been an Atlanta Braves fan for a long time. Now it's old, and we'll just go over it real quick. If you look at the tang stamp, the M in Camillus is kind of scrunched. See how it's scrunched up? Now that they only did that between 1960 and 1970. After 1970, that M in the tang stamp changed. Okay, and I pointed this out on a knife that I no longer have. I used it as some trade bait, this old parachute knife that I had, Vietnam parachute. But I got 2 Parker Frost for it, so I'm not upset about that at all. But anyway, just to start with now, the old clip blade there, kind of weak, but that's okay. We ain't worried about that. I mean, of course, if you got Stockman, you got blade rub. I don't care who makes it, whether it be Case or a Rough Rider or Old Timer. You're gonna have every one of these Stockmans have blade rub of some type. Whether you're opening the knife, you push in on the spade blade to get it open, and it rubs on the sheep foot. Oop, y'all hear that? Lord have mercy. This thing will get you. Anyway, took this thing, did the same thing I did that I've done to the other 3 of these. Gave it a good spa. treatment. Now listen to this. Oh Lord, almost lost y'all. Listen to this. Up there it is. That Camilla snap, queen-like snap is what A-Dub calls it. Spade blade passes the test. Got that snap. Sheep foot's in there where it needs to be in there. All right, so this I am extremely proud of this knife. Cleaned up well, polished up well, got all your pawpaw tiner. So there's the other stockman that I have done this week. So I've been busy. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 knives. And then a true modified Monday. Now guys, this is the knife I bought. You know, I think I paid $7 for it. Okay, Pakistani, straight up. Ain't no, we're not dodging any bullets on what it is and where it came from. And what it even says Pakistan right there. Got it wrote on the blade. 440 stainless steel blade, bone handles. I bought it with the sole purpose of doing what I did to it. Okay. All right. So here you go. Y'all ready for this? And this knife has an identity crisis, and we'll get into that. Coming in is a completely jigged, completely dyed, completely polished, shined up. It's a 4-inch pocket knife with had white bone handles. And I took and jigged that bad boy up. I put yellow paint on it. I'm sorry. I put orange paint on it. I put black paint on it. I put yellow paint on it, and then each one of those I went through and sanded it and got it where I wanted it. And then I went back and I burned all the peaks and polished it. Got it out there on my polishing machine. Got the bolsters were just brushed stainless back spring. None of it was shiny. It was all in a matte. You know, it was a mass-produced Pakistani knife. Now, if you look at it, it reminds me of a clasp. You know, like a big clasp knife. Has that tail going up, and then on this end, it looks like a copperhead. The blades are kind of a mystery. Got half stops. Walk and talk's not bad. I call this a California clip, and then this would be just a straight clip blade. Not Turkish because it doesn't have the upturn, but the blades have not really had any love. Say right back into good half stop, good snap. But anyway, I think it turned out pretty. Just one of them little projects I like to do. I mean, I've done a couple of these and I really like it. So, what will I do with this? I have no idea. You know, it's pretty. Might send it to one of y'all. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't see any reason why somebody wouldn't want to carry it. It hadn't been sharpened. I mean, it'll probably cut you, but anyway, there you go, guys. Modified Monday. Just a old man down here in South Mississippi, running his head about some knives he's been messing with. Hope y'all enjoy it. Whoop, let me get in there where y'all get up in here where y'all can see it. I think it's pretty. All right, guys. Old Big Jim down here trying to let y'all know that he's still kicking. He's still digging in his knives and picking some out and messing with them and buying a few. Ain't going nowhere. Ain't got nowhere to go. Don't need to go nowhere. I'm happy all of y'all are members of my YouTube family. The stickers will go out. Y'all trust me. I think I have 4 or 5 more boxes that I have to mail out. I got 2 going out today. One to Mr. Mario, 3rd place winner, and then my boy at Cross Creek Outdoors up there, Brother Dwayne, just a great fella. If y'all watch Brother HT's video this morning, you'll see that they, I think they connected somehow at the hips. I don't know what, I mean, they hunt knives together, and they hunt together. They modify knives together. I'm sending Brother Dwayne a knife that I'm going to be interested to see what he comes up with. It's a folded hunter, and I think he'll make a few modifications to it, and probably put it right where it needs to be, because that's a solid dude, man. He's like Brother Dwayne. They both solid dudes, and down here, if you're a solid, that means that you're straight up. And like my boy Chuck down at Briar Path, he's solid. You know, he may call me a couillon. That's all right too. You know, he knows. You know, if you know, you know. All right, man. I'm gonna quit rambling. I love y'all. I thank you for being a member of my channel. If y'all need something, y'all want a sticker or something, y'all call me up. I'll do everything or text me or put it in the comments. I'll do everything I can to facilitate that. Go out there and tell all your friends. Channel's growing a little bit. I think I'm up to like 550 subscribers now. So since my giveaway happened, I'm growing slowly. I even a couple of the whatnot sellers have joined my channel and have been popping in, leaving some comments and stuff. Of course, I tell them I'm Barlow Brigade, and they say, "Well, that's very interesting." And I don't know about that, but anyway, I love you. Be safe. Hope you have a great week. Be blessed. Rule number 9.